Welcome to No Comics for Old Men, State of Comics, November 2024. What's going on? Well, biggest thing is new books are selling off the stand like crazy. They're doing so good. DC's All In is going crazy. All the Absolute stuff. I've sold out of Absolute Batman. I had 50 issues, and for me, that's an insane amount. You know, usually when there's a Scott Snyder book, I'll buy a bunch, and then when he comes by, he'll sign them. And then I sell them at regular price, and everybody gets a Scott Snyder signature. But I don't have any left for him to sign because they're sold out. And then I wish I had gone as heavy, maybe not as heavy, but maybe half as heavy on the Wonder Woman and the Superman, because I am completely sold out. Like we're going to have to show images from the internet here, and here, because I don't have any even to take a picture of, which is fantastic. That means, and I'm hoping people are reading these. The crazy thing is I know my customers are, because, you know, we're a reader-centric shop. The word I'm getting back is that Wonder Woman was even better than Batman, which is, Batman was amazing. This is how fast I sold out of Wonder Woman. I didn't even get a chance to read the Wonder Woman. So if you did get to read it, I don't mind spoilers. Please let me know what you thought of it and why. Let's talk about what came up at New York City Comic Con. Big announcement. Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb are coming back for Hush 2, right? Huge announcement. Can anybody tell me, I can't find it, when Jim Lee last drew a comic? Is he stepping down from publishing? Yay! I think I don't know if he would want the job, but I think they should, Scott Snyder should be. This is the reason why the resurgence of DC is happening anyway. They're all kind of jumping on his bandwagon because the excitement that everybody had when the announcement was made that he was coming back to do Batman, or a Batman, not the Batman. But I guess they're all the Batmans, right? But anyway, not the one we all know and love. But he's done it maybe better. Totally different character, but better. But with the return of Jim Lee, does this kind of maybe be the first of many artists from the 80s and 90s coming back and doing limited runs? Man, I know I would love to see that. I would love to see, a lot of them are still working, but there is some that I would love to see to get a shot, like Mike Grell, like Tim Truman. And hopefully this re-entrance from Jim Lee will excite a lot of artists who maybe have hung up their comic book pencils to come back. That would be great. Not that there isn't some really great new artists, but I think storytelling by paneling was superior further back, even though the art wasn't. So that's just my opinion. I'm open to listen to whatever you got to say, even if it's bad. Even if you hate our background music. Key the background music. Like I said, Jim, this is going to be huge for DC. Everybody loves Jim Lee as an artist. Sequential, I know he's been doing covers for DC here and there. I think he even did one for Marvel, or it was the Marvel DC crossover. He did a cover for that omnibus. But his sequential art is loved by the community, and this could be very exciting. Well, it is going to be very exciting for DC. That's why they announced it at a Comic-Con, but it is at least 6 or more months away. So we have a lot of build-up for it. Maybe we'll start to see some pencils, almost like teasers for a movie. So that would be cool. And it would create a lot of energy and a lot of excitement for comics. Wink, wink, nod, nod, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? It seems like all the marketing is done directly to the people who already buy comics. We need to get out there and in front of people who don't buy comics. I hope that Marvel and DC sees that now and they start doing some stuff with kids at schools, not P. Diddy type of stuff, teach them about comics, right? Yeah, a little levity, have to. And, the person who's the butt of the joke. Marvel has the Doom thing coming. Doomsday, Doom War. No, they already had Doom War. It's a Doom book where he takes over the world. You know, there's going to be a lot of Doom stuff coming up with the announcement from I think it was at San Diego Comic-Con. Iron Man is now going to be Victor Von Doom. Still, if anybody has an inline track on that, on whether it's going to be where he's actually going to be Victor Von Doom, or he's going to be Iron Man, Tony Stark when he was Doom. There's a couple of different storylines where they cross over. There's a whole other world where in Exiles, in the Team Up, the second volume of Marvel Team Up, there's a section there where he's Doom. So yeah, and I ramble now because yeah, squirrel. DC has also come out with a new product. Also, manga-sized trade paperbacks, and you've heard a lot of people talking about these. Beyond Wednesday had a bunch of retailers on there for their industry show, and they were talking about these. This is what they look like, and the titles that they've been pushing out. So this has got a movie coming out. You know, All-Star Superman is going to be the James Gunn basis for this movie. You know, I talked about Hush 2 coming out with Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb. Well, they put out Hush 1 in these manga trades. They're $9.99. Like this is a great product. And of course, everybody talks about Quarter Owls all the time. Here it is. You can get the whole Quarter Owl story in this trade paperback from the New 52. $10. That's like, these are fantastic. The only way these might become collectible is if you go out and get first prints and do never open them and put them away. The cheap price point, they probably will sell a lot of these. I think it's just the greatest price point. Image does $9.99 for the initial trades of most of their books come out. When they come out, they're only $9.99. It's to get you into the story. You're six issues in when you read the first trade paperback, so you get kind of invested in the story. But for DC, this price point is amazing because a lot of their trades are more expensive. Thank you, DC, for coming out with a real original product. Well, not original, I mean, it's manga-sized, but to think about putting, you know, your trades into this size and at this price, genius. You know, this guy, whoever came up with this idea, I mean, it's not a super original idea, right? But it's a good idea. Doesn't matter. The quality, I think, is really good for the read, but I don't think that these will last a really long time. As you see that these are cheaper than the trade paperbacks, the paper quality is slightly above newsprint, if not newsprint, and because of the thickness and reading the center, you're going to get a lot of spine breaks. These will kind of probably mostly end up being like reader copies and in kind of bad condition. So there may be a window for collecting of these if you're going to keep them in pristine. But I say buy them and read them, darn it. So DC's doing really well. Some people are even coming and getting the early all-in stuff that is not actually, is part of, but only loosely part of the whole thing that's going on in the absolute world that Scott created. Marvel is still selling pretty well. The Red Band stuff has done really well. I know it's a gimmick, but it was a good gimmick. Ultimates, they keep expanding that world, and that keeps selling out for me. A lot of people have been saying that Black Panther wasn't great, the Ultimate Black Panther, but you know, early on I actually thought it was even a little better than the Spider-Man. But that's me. You know, art's subjective. All this excitement for comics makes room for independents to sell more too. So I have also been selling more independents because people are coming to buy new comics. And then instead of buying one, they're picking up 3 or 4 or 5. So great for business. I think that hopefully they really now understand, at least for the time being, that good writing, good stories, good panel artists that actually can help tell the story sell more books than, you know, your 1 in 50, 1 in 100, 1 in 200, 1 in 250, 1 in 1,000 bad gimmicks. And store exclusives, I hope they go away. It just muddies the waters. If we just make good books, people will buy them. Maybe just do A covers for a while. I've cut way back on my variants. I used to always get the B cover. I don't do that anymore. Now, on the absolute number ones, of course, because I bought 25 of the Batmans, I did buy the 1 in 25. I sold it for less the ratio, but one of my customers got it. Didn't go on the internet. What else is going on in comics? A lot of new companies. You got the announcement of Ignition Press. They are not going to be out until, they said, April or August of next year. I think actually they said August for sure. And new companies means that people see that there's money in publishing comics, which, you know, is good for the business. You know, makes more excitement, brings in more creators doing different things. Hopefully they do innovate some. And if not, they go back to the old tried and true stuff, which sells all the time. There's also Casada is coming with Amazing Comics, I think is the name of his company. I really always liked his stuff, so I'm excited for that. I really thought that when he was in charge of Marvel, that there was a lot of good stuff coming out of Marvel. So him helming another place, so it should be good. I know that there's a few that are kind of like maybe going out. We'll see. Or transitioning to something else. Boom getting bought by Random House, Penguin. Really curious to see where they go with that. Now, you know that these transitions don't happen right away. Companies, when they buy another company that's up and running, they usually let it run its course for a while before they start making big changes. I know that the CEO resigned, he left, so there's a big change in that. But I'm really curious to see, because they've been, Boom has been pretty successful in comic publishing, and now you have a book company. It's two different businesses. Let's see if they can bring something that makes them better. We always want to see everything get better, but I'm not sure. I'm a little worried about it. But that's just more business. That's more opportunity for other companies. So what you got to do is find what you enjoy. Don't let anybody tell you, you know, take suggestions from people. If they know what you like and they say, hey, I think this is like that, maybe try some new stuff. But don't ever let anybody tell you something you're enjoying is not any good. Because really everything that I've been seeing out there recently has some merit to it. Especially artistically. So, you know what you got to do, keep reading comics.